Hello, and welcome back to the Dungeons & Dragons Podcast UK. My name is Yazmin, and I will be the DM.
Hi, my name's Colin, and I play Cuin de Greymont, a paladin from Gavany.
Hi, I'm Spencer. I play Cadeau Chasseur, a cleric also from Gavany.
Hi, I'm Brian, and I play Ogvar SurefoRt, a ranger from Kessig.
Hi, my name is Samantha, and I play Elora Greyvale, a sorcerer from Nephalia.
Heads up everyone, we have a legendary listener to thank this week. Eric Hopper. Thank you for sponsoring us on our support page. It is hugely helpful and massively appreciated. So this week's pod is dedicated to you. If anyone else out there is enjoying our podcast and feels that they would also like to offer a little something to support our creativity, then hop on over to www.buymeacoffee.com/teampodcast or pick up the link in our episode's bio. But for now, let's catch up with the action. After the beast had been bested and subsequently beheaded, our bounty hunters decided to beat a hasty retreat, sporting a somewhat soiled and sticky sack. A prize, a payday, and a chance to win favour with the townsfolk. Will they collect some kudos for their bravery before they slide out of this sleepy settlement bound for Selhoff? Let's find out. Episode 51, Sword Shenanigans and Minty Munchies.
Right, well, I suppose we better get back, and we don't want the old train leaving without us, do we? What do you say, Laura?
What a chance for Laura to be...
I think she's having a pastry at the moment.
Can I just finish my biscuit, please? I hate you for that. Yeah, sorry about that. Alora's going to reach into her backpack, have a bit of a scuffle round in there, and then she's going to uncork her little vial of perfume and just wave it about because the smell in here is disgusting.
Where are you?
You just said I was in a...
You're not in the shed, you're all kind of outside.
We're by the troll's body.
Okay, right, well...
That
I mean,
probably
the
smells.
shoulder.
That probably
Yeah.
smells as
Yeah, I
well,
suppose
let's
it
be honest.
Apart from his loincloth, is the troll wearing anything else? He's not wearing any jewellery or... He had a club, didn't he?
25%.
Oh, let's go 40 to 65.
No, all he's got on is a very dirty, scraggly, small loincloth.
Ew.
Not searching that body then. Not worth the effort.
You know what
Pretty
they
sure
say...
you already did that.
You know what they say about shoe
No,
size,
we
don't
left
you?
his head off, didn't we?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure
No,
you searched
we-
his body.
Did we search his body as well? did we?
You searched his body, and I went in and had a look inside.
And she lopped his head off.
And then she lopped his head off.
Okay.
Yes, you've got a headless troll with nothing but a scanty loincloth.
Okay.
Yeah. So, shall we head back? What do you think?
Well, I think we should show the town the proof that that they're trollless.
Well, yes, I'm sure they'd be quite pleased.
Oh, yes, and we need to go back to Leopold.
If nothing
Leopold?
else, I'd hope we get a bit of a slap-up breakfast.
Well, I think you might need a bit of armour, but yeah, we'll see.
How many breakfasts do you want? We already had breakfast before we left.
Just been fighting a troll for God.
Are you hungry?
Believe me, after being in that shed, I don't feel all that hungry.
You weren't stuck under a troll.
No, I have better taste in men.
Only just.
going to be one of those days.
Oh, I get it. Shots were fired.
It's going to be one of them days.
Right.
Well, certainly not using my bow. It seems to be a little broken.
Oh. I'll tell you what. Here you are. I'm going to hand her the bow again, my bow
She
again.
just handed it back to you.
Yeah, no, you gave it to her in the fight. Mid-fight, you gave her a bow.
I am so confused.
If we
Do you
go,
want to backtrack a minute?
Yes, let's backtrack. Right, okay.
Right. Mid-fight. Okay. Starting from the morning. You went
time for a
downstairs. You had an
Yeah.
early breakfast.
this will take a while.
You went outside. You discovered the Fantasy Greg's, which is the Iron Bakes Bakery. You had to drag Alora out of there after she'd spent some money on some selection boxes of baked treats.
Some money.
Yeah.
Got enough. She's got
That's
enough
why you wanted your
bakers.
money out, the kitty.
She's got enough bakers to
Pastry.
last her a fortnight.
Including the limited edition Beholder's Eye cupcake.
Wonderful.
Then you decided you were going to try and track down this troll. You saw Ricky? I think it was Ricky. It was either Ricky or Jeff. You saw one of them.
It was one of the little ones.
What?
One of the youngsters as opposed to one of the grown-ups.
No, there's only little Ben. Ben's the only younger one.
We were on the cart with Ricky and...
Ricky, you're on
Yeah.
the cart with Ricky and Jeff.
Yeah.
It was either Ricky or Jeff you saw. He told you that they would be leaving later on in the like early morning, kind of like 9 o'clock time, giving you roughly about an hour and a half to go and try and find this troll. So you set off. You said you'd be there, and if you weren't there, you'd probably be dead, or you'd catch up. So you started tracking. You went back through the main entrance where you'd seen some kind of muddied footprints and flattened crops on your way in. You then followed round to the kind of the west of the town, walking around, just following odd bits of tracks here and there. A couple of indicating marks that there might be something big and heavy passing through. You followed it all the way around until you got to a point where you found you sent Murdoch scouting Ogvar, and he found a broken down shed, and you decided to go and see what was over there, and there you discovered the troll. You engaged in a fight with the troll. You ended up squashed under the troll at the very end, as it fell on you.
Yeah, it certainly fell on me,
Yeah. Mid-fight, Esther's bow broke entirely. The wood splintered and snapped. Elora, you tossed your bow to Esther. Esther used the bow, and at the end of the fight you asked for your bow back, which she gave back.
Right.
Okay. So after the fight had concluded, Cuin went into the shed, didn't find anything, didn't manage to throw up, and Esther cut off the troll's head, and Caddo, you had a search around its corpse, finding nothing but a dirty, flimsy loincloth.
Yes.
What about the damage to Caddo's armour? How much is that reduced?
Yes. So,
What manner of damage is it? Because we didn't really get into it.
well, in the fight, you were attacked by the troll, and it managed to rend you. As it rent?
It rended me. It covered me in a nice covering of good high quality plaster. And I'm absolutely fine.
I don't want to say it rented you.
Definitely Pebble Dash.
It just rent. R-E-N-T.
I've been rended.
It's either rended or rented.
Well, hang on a minute.
No, it's
It wouldn't be
rent,
rendered,
just
it would
rent.
actually be rendered. But
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah, I think it's been rent, isn't it?
Yeah, your arm has been rent as it took a swipe at you, and it did. You remember that big damage it did to you?
Yes, all 24 points of it.
Yeah,
I remember
kind
it
of
well.
claw you open. So your kind of abdomen area, kind of like your chest abdomen area of your armour has been sliced open. You can see that it's almost been like bean canned. These 3 big gouge marks where it's ripped and kind of buckled the armour back. So you've got almost like a peeled open section of your armour, which has reduced your AC down to a +1.
So he's looking like a part open tin of sardines at the moment.
Basically, yeah. You've managed to patch him up so he's no longer got the sardines coming out of the tin. I think.
Of course, it's reduced it by 4.
Mm.
Yeah, you've got it's effectively you've got like a crop top.
I'm going to weld the loincloth.
Yeah.
All
I'm
he
just
needs,
thinking,
Beachwear.
all
just
he
thinking
needs,
through a new look.
all he needs is a belly button piercing. Now he'd be well away, wouldn't he?
Let's note that there then for now.
Yeah, so your armour class has been reduced severely from the blow. Okay, are we all caught up
Are we
now?
ready to
I believe
start?
so,
I
yes.
think we can start now.
So, I take it we are going back then. We'll go and take this to the village leaders or whatever it is, and I don't know whether we'll get the reward there and then or what.
I don't know, but I think we make our way back because I would imagine Leopold's going to be waiting.
Yep. So from the kind of like time you spent fighting, you know that if you want to get back in time, you are going to have to hustle.
Okay, well I'll carry it. The old skull. Right, off we go then.
Okay, I'll whistle Murdoch and tell him to get on, stop pecking at it instead. Hey, he's over yet? Ready to go yet?
Okay.
Has anybody seen Rowan? I think he's just flying about, isn't he? Was he flying about? Or was he...
No,
you
he's
were
still.
trying to deliver spells with him.
You tried to deliver a spell with him, yeah.
He was up on the top of the...
Yeah, Rowan will follow you.
Okay.
Okay, off we go.
Okay, off we go.
Okay, so you hustle back to town. The quickest way is to go to the kind of the north side of town, which is you entered in the south, so it's opposite where you entered. So you make your way back quickest route possible across someone's field. When you get towards the gate, there is a there's a large kind of farm building just outside the gate, and at the gate there are a pair of guards.
Oh, hello. Got a present for you. Ha!
Blimey, you took down that troll?
Well, it was a joint effort, wasn't it?
Well, that's quite something.
Well, Ogvar thought that he didn't want to leave here without us taking control of the situation.
Ah.
So you could thank Ogvar, really.
Oh well, thank you then.
Oh, no problem. It was a great team effort, but shan't be bothering you again. It's in many pieces at the moment.
Well, that's quite something. I'll have to go and tell Captain then.
Please do.
And he kind of disappears off, leaving his partner, who's kind of just stood there, jaw on the floor, like, that's a troll.
Well, a bit of one anyway.
I take it.
Do you want to have a look?
Do you recognise it? I take it this is the troll that's been giving you some problems. I'm assuming it's the right troll.
Yeah, well, I've only heard of the one troll, so I'd expect it to be so.
Okay.
Are
That's
you
good
suggesting we should have asked for ID?
Can we get a couple more trolls and have a line-up?
then. Turn to the left, turn to the right.
Adrold's the really short one in the middle.
You mean the one without a head?
A body.
Okay.
Well,
So-
I guess we'll wander
Wander in.
Yep.
Wander back into town.
Me carrying the head.
Okay.
I think we need to keep the head until we can get back to a guild.
Well, we'll see what the captain says.
I would suggest we still keep the head, because if the captain pays us the reward, and we go to a guild and they pay us the reward again, surely that's a win.
That being a man of the cloth, that's not really...
If these locals want to reward us, have you seen my shirt? If these locals want to reward us for ridding them of a troll, that is separate from the money offered to us by the guild, is my understanding.
Well, we'd have to ask the wagon train owner, Leopold,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
whether we can, if he's got room, because I'm not carrying it all.
Well, just put it in a sack.
Put it in there.
No, we'll put it in a sack.
There
Put
were
it in a
loads of
grain
empty-
sack.
They were empty barrels, weren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, don't put it in Orland, because he might be...
No.
getting a bit
Orland won't
upset.
put up with that.
No.
No, that's not going to be.
You might give your pastries a bit of a...
Oh, no,
weird
it's not
taste.
spoiling my pastries. I'm not having that. Is anybody hungry? I've got some fresh, hot pastries, because when you put them in Orland, they stay hot. He keeps them
excellent.
nice and fresh, apparently.
I am feeling somewhat fatigued, but I'll tell you what, I'm seeing ale and a fry up in my future.
Oh.
Oh,
Right, okay then.
Oh, that sounds good.
But I'm going to go and see the blacksmith, see if he, see if I can get a sword, a new sword. You know, because I'd like to have chopped its head off, but
Well, we've got to go. Leopold wanted to go, didn't he? So you best speak to him because he wanted to roll out at about 9 o'clock or something.
Well, let's get back to the wagons because my old scale mail's on the wagons, and I feel I'm in need of it.
Yeah. Alora's just going to pull out a pastry out of all and say, "Oh, Roland, can I just have one of those pastries? Nice hot one would be nice.
Yeah, sure thing.
I'll have
What do you
a
want?
savoury one.
Savoury one.
Yeah.
Blech.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
That lovely new outfit isn't going to last long, is it?
Did you say something, Kedda?
No.
Oh, all right then.
how far away? The blacksmith was right by where we.
Yeah, so the most direct route into town will take you past a couple of blacksmiths, but you can tell that you are cutting it quite fine on time at the moment.
Let's get to the wagons first. I'm sure he'll give us a.
Well, we've got to go through this way, so you take the head. So I pass it to Caddo. I'm just going to pop in here.
Right. Okay. I'll take. I'll happily. I assume there's some hair, or am I holding it by an ear? Like the FA Cup.
2 fingers up the nose.
Half the troll got hair, 50-50.
I think you described it as having clumpy hair, didn't you, when we first met it?
Trolls generally have kind of grey, scraggly, clumpy hair, but does the troll have hair?
What do we reckon, people?
I don't know. I'm just eating my This pastry's lovely.
Okay. Let's go 25 to 75, seeing as it's me that's... Otherwise, I'm putting my hand up inside and using it like a puppet. It's a troll!
The troll has hair.
Oh, thank heaven. Right. I shall take a firm grip of its hair then.
Well, I shall go into the first blacksmiths and ask them if they sell any bastard swords.
Right, you crack on with that. I'm going to get to Leopold so he doesn't leave without us.
I shall join you.
Bastard sword is considered an exotic weapon. This isn't a main town.
Well, I sold one, but I can't remember which one I sold it to.
You sold it to the most reputable looking blacksmiths.
He was the guy on the square, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, that's the one I'd go to.
Okay, so he's got a singular bastard sword.
What are the chances?
Excuse me, is it...
Previous owner, C. de Greymont.
I made a bit of a mistake yesterday. I sold you that bastard sword. Could I buy it back, by chance?
He agrees to sell it back to you. It wasn't a silver one.
No, just a normal.
He sells it back to you and he offers you the price of
I fear you're not getting market rate here.
50 gold pieces.
Oh, okay. I can't remember it being that much yesterday, but hey, no problem. Here you go.
He says to you, "Oh yes, well I've done some work on the blade. It's been honed, it's been sharpened. Do you want to roll me a
bullshit check.
Are you getting diddled?
a sense motive?
Is the top or bottom?
Bottom.
So that's 14.
14. Okay, let's say he's relatively charismatic. Two. Yeah, you buy it that he's done a lot of work on this sword. You think it looks a lot shinier, and you think the edge actually does look a lot sharper than it was before.
Okay, no problem. Well, thank you very much. Here you go.
Okay, he takes your money. There we go.
So while that was happening, Ogvar and I are hot-footing it to Leopold.
Yes.
Okay.
Is he still there?
I take it Laura's hot-footing it as well?
The walking Gregs can't hot-foot anywhere.
Hot pastry.
Alora's
Hot pocket.
start eating. Actually, what guys? Yeah, I'll just follow you guys. Just oh god, these pastries are amazing.
Esther will hot-foot it along with you. You arrive back in the square, and it's very clear to see that business has kicked up again as usual. There are a lot of bits of like kind of crates and cargo nets and Hessian sacks being moved around this square as they go from place to place. As you enter the square, you can see on the south side there's another carriage entering from, obviously, you'd assume from just coming into the city, just entering into the square, which is kind of laden with big kind of long crates, big crates. And you can see in the square, kind of stood to the, as you're facing the right-hand side of the square, is the other three carriages that Leopold has. And they have been absolutely rammed full now. All these barrels, which were empty before, you can see that they're almost to the point where they're having to.
How's that sword? Getting the swing of it yet?
They're stuffed to the point where they've actually had to tie the lids down to try and keep them closed. They're overflowing with sacks, the crates are full. And this kind of big space you had in the middle carriage before, what was the middle carriage, is no longer empty. It has been filled with goods and bits and bobs. Little Ben's there, he's running around prepping the horses, he's brushing on the horses as he stood there. You can hear Leopold, his booming voice, from somewhere within the square, talking to, you can assume, another merchant. You're catching snippets of, these goods and, sourced here, and all these little bits of knickknacks and conversations between traders and sellers, perhaps, boasting about their wares or sharing some very basic information with each other. Ricky and Jeff, you can hear both of them cackling about something. You hear a couple of wolf whistles as the old tavern wench walks past, perhaps emanating from their direction. And Big John is sat at the back on one of the carriages, just waiting, ready to go.
Okay. Right, so I shall wander over to Leopold and try and attract his attention.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty easy to attract his attention. He turns to you as soon as possible. He goes, you're back!
Yeah, I've got some good news and some bad news, Leopold. Which would you like?
Well, let's go with the bad news first.
Bad news. We're going to need a little bit of time just to prep ourselves to depart for the journey. As you can probably tell from the state of my attire, we've been in a bit of a scuffle.
Good lord! What'd you get hit by, a troll?
Well, that's the good news. Look what I've got.
Avacyn above that is ugly.
Yeah, you should have seen it when it had arms and legs.
I would rather not. Most sane people wouldn't.
Okay, so we've got to tell the town headsman that we've done this for him. Now, my spare scale mail was somewhere on the wagons. Can you remember where it is? Because I clearly am going to need to change.
Not a clue, dear boy. Go and ask Jeff or Ricky, they'll know.
Okay, can I get them to dig it out while I found the headman? Is that all right?
If you can get them to stop whistling at the ladies.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, are you happy then? We probably need 20 minutes, half an hour just to get our lives sorted.
I mean, I've got no obstruction from a troll now, so I suppose that's a boon for me. So, yes, I have no problem.
Brilliant. Okay, so, Ogvar, are you happy talking to Ricky and perhaps rustling up some victuals while I go and talk to the headman?
Yes, I shall endeavour to find your scale mail.
Right, so, if we part company then, is there somewhere obviously the village headman would live? Or is there a big church? Let's go with the priest. Priests are good at spreading knowledge.
Yep. You can see that there is a church. It's not.
Excuse.
Bloody pastry.
Pastry's got bones in it.
Just in.
The beholder bites back.
Inhale some pastry, mate. Hush. Excuse me.
Should chew your food.
You'd assume it's not actually a church, more of a shrine building to Ayacyn. You can see it. It is past the square. So
would I have knowledge of whether it's likely to have a priest / local religious leader in it?
Make me a knowledge religion check.
Uh, 18 all in?
Yep. You know that in a town this size, it's a relatively large town, you would assume there would be at least one priest, if not two, possibly lower members of the church, if not kind of volunteers from around the town who wish to do charity work.
Okay, in which case I shall head towards the shrine building stroke church.
Yep. Okay. So you head towards the building, and it's quite a simple building. It's one of the bigger buildings. It's kind of got 2 stories, and on the top story there's almost like a very large balcony around the edge of the building. But the building itself is quite well maintained. It's obviously older and worn. It's primarily made of wood and render. It's kind of a washed out white almost. You see parts of like kind of flaking paint here and there. But it looks like it's quite neatly kept. There's a bit of like a little rough, scrubby bit of kind of front garden around it, which is filled with kind of like herbs and healing herbs. And it does look very well maintained, if old and worn.
Brilliant. The word healing herbs are the magic words. Brilliant. Can I go and knock on the door then?
The door is open. It's big. It's a quite an ornate door, but it is propped open.
Okay, I shall step in and take part in the necessary reverences that I would normally do in an angel building without going into too much detail.
Yep.
Can I see anyone?
There is what appears to be a priest, kind of kneeling at the altar. You could say. He's wearing white robes over kind of like some leather legging affair.
A legging affair works for me. Is he obviously in prayer? Because I don't want to disturb him if he's obviously in prayer.
He doesn't look to be deep in prayer, almost just kind of offering his thanks to Ayacyn. You can kind of hear him muttering under his breath, and it's almost just like he's talking to himself, talking to Ayacyn, praying for good health. It's less of an official kind of prayer.
In which case, I shall opening gambit of good morning, brother.
He turns to look. He's quite a young-looking gentleman. He has a few he's got kind of like a small scar over his jaw slightly. But other than that, he looks quite young. He has kind of copper-coloured hair. And he goes, good morning to you, brother, as well. Blessings of Ayacyn upon you.
Blessings upon you as well. Overnight, I don't know if you may have heard overnight, my friends and I are escorting one of the caravans through the town. And we were asked if we had the opportunity to deal with your troll problem.
Okay. Is it advice you seek, or...?
No, here's the solution to your troll problem.
Well, that is Troll's head, I believe. Yes, that would do it.
I have a couple of favours to ask, if I may. First of all, as you can imagine, and as you can tell by the look of me, we took a little bit of a battering from the troll. Do you have any healing capacity within the church that we may be able to avail of ourselves of this morning?
Yes, I'm proficient myself in a few odd prayers. I can do some prayers. Yes.
Brilliant. If I take you back to where the rest of my group are, would you be happy to do them in the square, or would you rather I brought them to you?
No, I can absolutely come with you. That is fine. Let me just.
And is there anybody else who could help as well?
I'm afraid not. Sister Andrews is off. She's on maternity leave at the moment.
Super. And who's the best person to spread? Who's the best person to spread the word around town that the troll's been dealt with? Is there a town headman that we could tell? Or is he away with Sister Andrews?
Inspired. Where did that one come from?
You've got to be careful. There's a distinct difference between Sister Andrews and the Andrews sisters. I've made the DM cry.
Thrown me now. I've been thrown. I believe that if you contact one of the guards, then they should be able to find the headsman. Yes, that shouldn't be a problem.
Brilliant. Right, so we're just by the inn in the square, if that's okay, brother.
Yes. If you give me a minute, I shall just gather up the necessary supplies.
Super. I'll meet you there if that's okay.
Oh, yes, of course. Is there any way I can identify your friends, or...?
Well, I'll definitely be by the wagons, but if you like, the leader of our party is Cuin. You won't be able to miss him. He's a very big chap covered in metal.
Okay, wonderful.
Or there'll be a woman eating a pastry.
Okay, I shall be there shortly.
Brilliant.
You never know.
Right, and with that, I shall turn and leave and head back to the wagons to see if Ogvar's managed to track down my scale mail from wherever it was on the wagon.
Yes, Ogvar.
Talking to Ricky and Ben.
Ricky and Jeff. Oh,
Ricky and Jeff.
Jeff, yeah. Okay, so, you're right, mate. How are you doing?
Oh, yes, excellent morning so far. I killed a troll. Quite.
Oh, you killed it?
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Blimey, that's something.
Yes, but took a bit of a doing. But don't know if you saw, but our companion Cado is in need of his armour. He left it in one of the chests or sacks on the middle wagon that we were on. Would you by any chance know where it is?
Oh, yeah. I didn't sort the middle wagon. You saw the middle wagon, Jeff? Nah, I didn't sort the middle wagon. That was Ben. You sure it's Ben? Oh, I don't know.
Oh, it's all right. I'll look for it. And Ogvar's just going to scramble up the side and just stand on top of it and have a look.
Maybe a dexterity check.
So that would be was that a reflex or just dexterity?
Just a dexterity would be.
That'd be a 21.
Oh. Yeah, you're always like kind of like spider crawling over this. You've got it's like playing a giant game of Twister.
Nice.
But with no red spots or blue spots. It takes you a while of kind of clambering over things and lifting.
No, not that one. Oh, that smells funny. Oh, don't like that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be handy later. Is anything edible in there?
There are. Roll me a knowledge nature check.
That would be an 8.
An 8. Okay. Going through and kind of climbing over all the products and goods and stuff, you find it is all mostly kind of herbal items. Leopold is a apothecary supplies specialist, you could say. Mm-hmm. It's what he does for a living. So everything in here is kind of like herbs. You've got barrels of like, just general kind of healing herbs, potion ingredients. There's nothing really edible per se. It's not stuff you chew on your own anyway. You maybe find like a couple of mint leaves here and there which you're quite eager to pop into your mouth and have a bit of a munch on.
Oh, nice.
But other than that, it's all kind of like yeah.
Laura's just going to be stood next to the wagon. She's just going to take another pastry from Orland and stand and watch Ogvar looking through this stuff while she's munching yet another pastry and thoroughly enjoying it.
Oh, watch out! Don't get your greasy fingers on me.
Don't worry about it, Orland. We've got plenty of bag butter.
I suppose so.
Little bit of grease does the leather really good. Oh, these are
Doesn't do your waistline any good though.
I'll worry about that later.
We're all gonna nag her.
Okay. So after clambering over and searching through the middle wagon, you do find Cado's scale mail.
Scale mail.
You find it kind of bunched into a corner in like a just shove it over there. It doesn't matter kind of fashion. And you're able to pull it out.
Okay, yeah, so I'll get that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll stand up and I'll get down off the wagon with a couple of mint leaves in my mouth.
Okay.
Brilliant.
And sort of wave it at Laura. I found it.
Oh, that's absolutely marvellous. Yeah, glad. Yeah.
Do I get any health back from eating the mint leaves with nature's gift?
Read that one out to me because I can't.
All I've got is once a day. But basically, I can eat a plant and get 1d12 of health points back.
I have it somewhere near here. Just give me
Nature's gift, 1d12 HP once a day.
Okay. Where's it gone? It's run away.
I didn't take any damage. And I've got my armour.
Go off, people, you know.
Well, I've just forked out 50 gold
For a sword you used to own.
I used to own.
You just bought back your own sword.
I'm going to say no. The way nature's gift works, and it's something you just kind of innately know. It's not something that you've learned. It's not something you know by experience. It's just you think about, oh, maybe I should kind of like I can kind of heal, and then you think, no, it's not actually living.
Okay.
It's the way nature's gift works is that it's a living plant which you literally suck the life from. This is kind of like just a pulled off mint leaf. There's kind of like no real life left in it.
Okay.
In that sense.
Okay, that then I'm just going to chew it.
But your breath's better.
Pick it out and just like stick it under the wagon like a bit of chewing gum.
Ogvar, I've got some pastries here if you want some of these. They're really nice.
They're also filled with alcohol.
It's your turn today.
I've got my mouth full.
So
Well, no, wait, I think I'll be okay.
I'm gonna turn up and go, hey, hello guys. Look, I've managed to find a bastard sword. It looks really good, doesn't it?
No, it looks familiar.
But he said that he'd done all sorts to it. Look.
He's done all sorts to you.
Laura's going to laugh, and there'll be a shower of pastry just come out from her mouth.
Oi, watch it! Ugh.
Oh, I'll just
I say.
brush it off the front of my clothing and off all. And
Ugh, get off me, greasy fingers. Ugh.
Am I back by now?
You will be, yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, you found my scale there. Brilliant.
Yes.
I'm just going to head into the inn and get changed in that case.
Great.
If some guy turns up behind me, I've got the local priest turning up to do a bit of healing because I know a few of us took a bit of a bash from the troll. And we need to find the captain of the guard to tell him about the troll. So if he turns up, can we let him know about the troll? Who wants the head while I get changed?
Give it here.
There you go, fella.
well, nobody's going to go near him in the town square holding a bastard sword and a head.
Okay.
So into the inn to get changed.
You go into the inn to get changed. They'll let you use a room to get changed in.
I am going to tell them of the exploits of the troll. I mean, I'm not going to keep quiet about the fact we've killed a troll. I'm quite pleased with myself.
So has he gone back into the leaping lion, has he?
The one
Okay.
the one that's literally behind our wagons. I assume that's the leaping
Yeah, the
troll.
leaping lion.
Leaping lion.
Leaping troll.
The leaping troll. Yeah.
And I'm gonna go.
The leaping line is across the square from you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I shall nip in, tell them of my exploits with the troll, and ask if I can borrow a changing room, and whether or not they could find me a glass of something to refresh myself.
Yep. You tell this story to the barmaid, and she's like, "Oh, I could give you a hand with your arm if you wanted."
I'm very good with the buckles, but what would be nice is some sort of refreshing drink if you could. And has the cooked breakfast been made yet?
Yes, the breakfasts are ready. Yes.
Yeah, if there's a spare net breakfast knocking about, that'd be nice.
Okay.
Okay, I'm fine. I'm just going to be.
We're not there.
You've not been under a troll.
I'm just going to be out the front, swinging the troll's head.
We could start a game of football.
Blood splattering everywhere.
There is indeed blood kind of splattering everywhere.
See,
Ogvar just sort of steps to one side and missed a bit of troll juice.
Okay.
Alora's just going
I
to...
could put a song here.
God. Alora's just going to pop up on the end wagon again, where she was originally. Just sit there swinging the legs off the end, and she's done with the pastries now. She's just going to get a water skin out, wash her hands, have a drink.
Yep. Okay.
Is Esther okay with all? None of us have spoken to Esther for a while.
She's in shock.
While you've been kind of going through, Esther's just been in her own little world. Kind of, you can see her holding the bow at one point, just kind of putting it back together and taking it back apart again, and looking at it with this kind of very thoughtful look on her face. And as you're all kind of stood there, Caddo, you've gone in to get changed. You're swinging your troll's head around. Oh god, you can see Esther kind of prop the one end of the bow onto her thigh, hold the other end up so it's kind of held together with tension, and she rusts around her pocket and gets out a bandage and starts tying a bandage around the break in the bow.
Can I see this going on over my shoulder? Whereabouts is she?
I mean, she'll be stood kind of round the middle carriage.
Would I have noticed that? I suppose if I'm sat...
No, not if you're facing the other way. No.
Would there be a Fletcher? Or whatever it's called?
There probably would. There probably is some way she can get a bow, but she seems to be making no move to go and get one.
I'll walk over to her and say, "Are you having much luck there, Esther?"
Well, I'm not sure whether the bandage will hold, but we'll give it a go.
Oh, no harm in trying, I suppose, but I would be doubtful.
Yes, I don't think it's going to particularly work, but here.
Well, it's better than nothing, I suppose. And you can always just stick them with a pointy end if need be.
Yes, I suppose so. It made quite good. I could use this as garrote, I suppose, if I...
Yes, a poke in the eye with a sharp stick's not a pleasant thing.
No, I mean, when I was training in my younger days, I got quite a nasty poke from a sharp stick several times when I was training.
But you never know, we may find another bow on our travels.
Perhaps. I think I may take a break from the bow, though. I was never very good at it, but, I prefer stabbing things, Ha!
Our just moves out the way again.
Yep.
We're back to these erotic weapons, aren't we?
So I think we'll be leaving shortly once the rest of the group has returned and Laura has finished yet another pastry.
I heard that. I've finished. I've had my pastries. I've had my breakfast. They're really nice. You
It's
should
still
have
around
had
your
some.
face.
Well, I don't care. I'm saving that bit for later.
Okay.
Maybe Pickles could lick it off.
Oh, that's disgusting.
God.
She's just going to use the back of her sleeve to just wipe her mouth.
Lovely. I don't suppose you would be the group who killed the troll? I'm guessing you are.
Yes. Hello.
Wonderful. I'm Brother Matthew. I'm here to do some healing, I believe.
I'm all right. The others might need some.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yes.
Ogvar will walk over.
How badly do you look injured? How badly injured do you look? It's better.
Not massively damaged, maybe just cut some bruises.
I'm going to run with not as bad as me.
Yeah, definitely not as bad as Cannon.
So he he holds his hands out, and you can hear him kind of muttering a prayer, and he pauses in his prayer and goes, may I? With his hand kind of outstretched towards you.
Ogvar goes, I suppose so, and Ogvar sticks his hand out as well.
Yep. He very gently lays kind of like his fingers on your wrist almost, and he casts. And you get 13 hit points back.
Excellent, thank you very much. That feels much better.
And you kind of feel this, almost like this warm, tingling rush from where he's touched you, kind of travel up your body, leaving this kind of a very pleasant, refreshed feeling afterwards.
Excellent. Thank you. Brother Matthew, was it?
Yes, you're most welcome. Thank you for clearing the troll away.
No problem.
Is there anybody else who needed healing? I can't see the gentleman from before.
He's just popped into the change his mail. Change armour.
Oh, okay.
His breastplate got a bit messed up, I'm afraid.
Yes, I did see. Yes.
Do you need any healing, Laura? What about Esther?
Alora is actually on top of the world. She's really happy.
She's high on pastry.
Yeah.
She's had a sugar rush.
Yeah.
How's
So
Esther?
drunk.
No, they were savoury pastries that she ate.
How's Esther?
Esther is completely fine.
So it's only you.
Just
sir.
me then. Am I out
Yeah,
yet?
I'd assume you'd taken a relatively short amount of time
Yeah.
to change your
Pick
armour.
up a flagon and a bacon sandwich.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a bacon sandwich on some nice iron bread.
Excellent.
And there's a very small. They found like a small kind of flask from somewhere, maybe in the lost and found. Someone's left it behind at one of the tables one night when they've got absolutely plastered. And they filled it up with a bit of kind of like watered down mead for you.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so I'll head outside then.
Yep.
Hello, brother. You found us.
Yes, I have. You need some healing, did you?
Oh, yes, please. Yes, I took a bit of a bashing.
Okay. May I? And he holds his hand out towards you.
Please do.
Touches your kind of just on your arm, nearest available limb, and he casts 8. 22 points back to you.
Oh, we like that.
Where's your bacon sandwich at this point?
In me.
You haven't brought it out with you.
No, I ate it. It's not going. It's not going in your bird. He can have troll entrails.
He's already had some.
Okay, well, if that's all, I really must attend to the blood splatters in the church now.
Yes, sorry about that. Who did you say you knew the captain of the guard?
If you speak to one of the guards around here, they'll be able to get him for you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for your help, Brother Matthew.
Did one of the guards at the gate say he would go and find him for us?
He did, but he's not reappeared, has he?
Yeah.
As you say that, coincidentally, Brother Matthews has disappeared back towards the church, you can imagine, and a very kind of a short, squat man. He's wearing armour. It looks quite fancy, quite ornate. He kind of rushes up to you and he goes, "You have the troll's head."
Yep, here we go. Ah.
Marvellous. Is it dead? Properly dead?
Well,
What do you ask
here's
it?
its head, and its body is by the river somewhere.
Excellent. We can't thank you enough. It's been a thorn in our sides for quite a few days now.
Yes. If I was you, there's some old rackety shed barn. I'd probably collapse that. You know, it's sticks to high heaven in there.
Possibly burn it.
I would recommend, yes, burning it in the body.
Right. Well, we'll have to
Yeah, good day. No pestilence. Well,
we'll have to contact old Jed about burning the barn, I suppose, because that's not our barn to burn. But again, I thank you ever so much for dealing with that for us. And with that, he disappears. Hurries back off to deal with whatever it may be he needs to deal with.
okay, so I'll take it that we're.
Are we
taking rooms.
going yet? I've been sat here for ages. Are you done?
Yeah. So I'm gonna put my broken breastplate on the wagon.
Yep.
I'm guessing in the hole the scale mail came out of.
Yeah, you're able to kind of slot it in wherever you can kind of find a bit of space. Like you kind of just like squeeze it in between a couple of barrels and a bit over here and a bit over there. Okay. What would you like to do?
Well, I suppose we're all going now. I'll throw the. See if I can find a space for the troll's head.
Take it.
Leopold, we're ready to go, I think, fella.
You got the troll's head, have you?
Yeah, I'll be swinging it.
He's still got the chance.
Oh,
There is nowhere for you to put it on the
nowhere?
carriages.
Right?
is there nowhere to sit on the back of the carriages anymore?
I'm already sat there. I'm
You
sat
can
on the
kind of sit on some of the crates and stuff in the back.
Could we put it in a sack and tie it to one of the spare horses?
Have you got a sack?
I've got a sack in my backpack, yes.
Then, yeah.
Meat sack.
Sack.
Okay.
I shall
Yep.
now put sack plus troll head. Because you just never know when you'll need one.
Okay, here you go. Well,
Brilliant, put it in this sack then.
Yep. And you're tying that to...
We can probably tie it to the outside of a wagon, can't we?
Yeah? Yeah, that's easy enough to do. So
Because
you
if the horse runs off, we've lost our proof.
Yep, so you tie the troll's head in the sack to the wagon.
I'll have it up by me, shall I? Because I'm by myself, so a bit more room. What?
We're all going to be downwind from that now, aren't we?
Right, Leopold, we're all ready to go, fella. We're sorted, thank you.
Wonderful. Right, okay. Come on, lads. Up we go. We're off.
Is Esther sat by me again, or is she sat somewhere else?
Yeah, Esther will probably be sat by you.
So are we in the same formation we were before?
Mm-hmm.
Queuing up front, you and me in the middle, Esther and Alora at the back.
I'm happy with that, yeah.
Are you happy with that? Because
Yeah, I'm already sat on the back of the wagon anyway.
okay.
So, you set off. As you're going through town, leaving, you can hear kind of like hushed whispers and kind of like you get some kind of awed sort of like looks and kind of like looks of admiration from people as you're going through the town. But nobody really makes a massive fuss. It's life. Sometimes you get a troll, sometimes you get rid of it, sometimes you don't. And you leave the town and head on your way. Upon arriving back in town, for the second time in 24 hours, Caddo sought the solace of a shrine in an attempt to heal himself. Meanwhile, Cuin had a cringeworthy visit to the blacksmith to buy back his previously enjoyed bastard sword. Ogvar got peckish and sampled the slightly odd and soiled delights from the depths of the wagon. A little wardrobe adjustment and the hasty cramming by the cleric of a crusty sandwich stuffed with bacon, and the team travelled back out of town, onward towards Selhoff. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Having you as a listener means everything to us. So, whichever streaming service you choose to listen to us with, please give us a like, subscribe and follow. We would love for you to join us on our Facebook or Twitter page, where you can catch up with all of our latest news. While you're waiting for the next episode of Secrets of the Silver City, why not pop over to our website, where you can read all of the information about this campaign, from backstories to setting. All of the links are in the bio of this episode. Join us again next week for the next instalment. Thank you for listening.